Good afternoon. I'm Charlie Baum, and we're going to continue our discussion of monopolistically competitive firms. In particular, we're going to examine their profits in the short run and see what happens to their profits in the long run. First of all, you'll recall that a monopolistically competitive firm will maximize profits by producing the quantity where marginal cost equals marginal revenue. This is where the marginal cost curve intersects the marginal revenue curve. The firm will identify the profit maximizing price to charge by going up to the demand curve to see at what price consumers will demand the profit maximizing quantity. The firm can identify its average cost of production by seeing by identifying where the profit maximizing quantity intersects the average total cost curve. So now we know the price and the average total cost of production. The green box in this graph shows us the firm's profits. That equals the difference in price and average total cost multiplied by the number of units produced. The graph on the left represents the short run, where the firm is earning positive economic profits. But in the long run, with monopolistically competitive markets, we expect new firms to enter. New firms will enter the industry because they're seeking positive economic profits. When new firms enter the industry, this will shift the demand curve for the monopolistically competitive firm's brand of the output to the left. For example, in the diagram on the right of this slide, you can see the demand curve shifting from the first blue line indicated by the word short run to the second blue line indicated by the word long run. When the demand curve shifts to the left, the marginal revenue curve shifts to the left as well. In this diagram, the demand curve has shifted to the left because new firms have entered the industry. Competition from these new firms reduces the demand for this particular monopolistically competitive firm's brand of the output. The diagram on the right represents a long-run equilibrium, and it's because the diagram on the right represents zero economic profits, where there's no more incentive for new firms to enter. Let me see if I can show this. In the long run, the firm will maximize profits by producing where marginal revenue equals marginal cost, go up to the demand curve to identify the profit maximizing price, and what you'll discover is the profit maximizing price is exactly equal to the average total cost of producing the profit maximizing quantity, and so the result is the firm earns zero economic profits. As a result of zero economic profits, no new firms enter the industry, and we're at a long-run equilibrium. I'm going to reinforce these points on the next several slides. Okay, on this slide we're going to look at a monopolistically competitive firm in the short run, one that is earning economic profits. The firm picks the quantity to produce where marginal cost equals marginal revenue. The average total cost of production can be identified by finding where the profit maximizing quantity intersects the average total cost curve. If the profit maximizing price is above the average total cost of production, then the firm is earning profit on each unit produced. The firm's total profit will be that profit margin multiplied by the total number of units being produced. In this diagram on the far right, profits are shaded in green. The firm again is earning positive economic profits in the short run because price is greater than the average total cost of production. As a result of this, we expect new firms to enter this industry in the long run. On this slide, I'm going to show you a monopolistically competitive firm incurring a loss in the short run. Again, the monopolistically competitive firm maximizes profits by producing where marginal revenue equals marginal cost. We can identify the average total cost of production, and in this example, the average total cost of producing the profit maximizing quantity is greater than the profit maximizing price. Since the average total cost is greater than price, the firm is incurring a loss on each unit produced on average. Total losses will equal this loss margin multiplied by all of the units on which the loss margin is incurred. If you multiply the quantity being produced by the loss per unit, this will generate total losses for the firm. In the short run, this monopolistically competitive firm is incurring losses. As a result, we expect in the long run for some of the firms in this industry to leave. Firms will leave this industry in order to avoid incurring an economic loss. They will leave in the long run. This slide illustrates the long run. In the long run, in this slide, we're at an equilibrium because the firms are breaking even. They're earning zero economic profits, neither earning positive economic profits nor incurring a loss. As before, the firm maximizes profits by producing where marginal revenue equals marginal cost. The average total cost of producing the profit maximizing quantity in this slide is exactly equal to the price level. Since price equals the average total cost of production, there is no positive profit margin and there is no loss margin. Instead, firms are breaking even. Since firms are not earning positive economic profits, there's no incentive for new firms to enter the industry in the long run. And since firms are not incurring losses, there's no incentive for firms to exit the industry. The industry is in an equilibrium because new firms are not entering and existing firms are not exiting the industry.